Hi there, this is Caroline, herbalist, naturopath and nutrition consultant, talking to you from my sunny kitchen in Canada. And I'm talking to you today about making things that make you well. I mean, I'm very privileged. I'm a herbalist, naturopath and nutrition consultant, and I'm very privileged to have this information that I feel is all of our God-given right. So knowing this information, I of course want to pass it on to you. So here today, we're going to be talking about something that a lot of people ask me, and I always thought that everybody knew how to do it, but not everybody is of Welsh origin like me and has it in their ancestry to make bone broth. A lot of people don't know. And you know, actually, it's the funny thing is, as I've been experimenting with bone broth, I've realized that I've been doing things in a wrong way for many years, right? There's a right way to do it and a wrong way. So today I wanted to discuss with you how you can make a really pucker bone broth, okay? So I've had this simmering. The first thing is you want to simmer some bones for a long time, okay? So I've had these simmering for 24 hours. Okay, so I haven't got a lot of bones in here, right? This is the bones I've got. I've got beef bones with the marrow. So just to show you, this is who I've got. I've got beef bones with the marrow, okay? I've done this with chicken bones before, the whole carcass of the chicken. And here I've got the beef. We've done it with bison bones, whatever we can get. But the secret really, one of the secrets with bone broth is making sure you've got enough fat in there, right? So these were really fatty joints there. So there's fat and there's some meat on here too, all right? Just bring it closer so you can see. Hopefully no vegetarians watching this. So here we go. What I also do, and this is recommended by a friend, I put in a whole onion, not skinned, just like that. I've also put in several cloves, whole cloves of garlic. There you go, also not skinned. So these have all been simmering on my hob, like it's induction thingy here, not gas unfortunately, but it's induction. So it's about, I put it on about 2 to 3. Okay, I start with 4, boil it and then simmer it down to 2 to 3. What you do when you first put the bones in is you literally just cover it in water, okay? I made such a mistake all these years that I would just double, triple the water because I want to get the most amount possible. But you're not getting the nutrients because what you want it to be thick, you want it to be globby because that's the collagen. All this, everybody should be taking collagen every day. Yes, everybody should be like boiling the bones of any meat that they eat. Should they eat meat? That's what they should be doing because that is so good for us, because as we get old we start to age because of the lack of elasticity, which is caused from collagen. Collagen is needed for the joints, you can help arthritis, for the joints, the muscles, everything. Collagen is needed in the brain. I mean, for brain strength you need to increase collagen, right? So what you've done here is, you can see there's not a lot in my bowl because what happens is it simmers down. All right, and it reduces, right? But that reducing means that we've got a nice thick quantity here, thick kind of soupy stuff. So then what you want to do, get your bowl, sieve, here you go. And we're just going to, that's it, make sure we've got all of that out. All righty, okay. And the key as well with bone broth, I always do, whenever I make a roast, I always boil the bones, boil the bones, that's a mouthful. I always boil the bones whenever making a roast, which is great. But to make true bone broth, you want to make it with the raw bones, all right? Okay, so rather than give to the dog, you want to keep the raw bones and you want to boil it, because that way you're going to get the fat. When you're making it with the boiled bones, you're basically creating stock. It's still highly beneficial, incredibly nutrient dense. It's fantastic. The other thing to tell you to add into your bones, along with your onion and your cloves of garlic, is 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. What that does is that helps to draw out the nutrients from the bones. It's really great. So you can see in parts like this, we've got the bone marrow. It's really been pulling that out, which is fantastic. So here we go. We've now got our broth, which is our bone broth. We're going to get a ladle, a funnel, and pop it into our glass jar. There we go. Now this should keep, I tend to fridge it, but doesn't matter. You can actually keep it. I have kept it out of the fridge, but it needs to be out of a sunny spot, right? So what will happen is this, you can see the fat on the top here. This will start to coagulate and become more like jellified. And that's when you know you're onto really top class bone broth, okay? So bone broth, it's very simple, it's incredibly nutritious. I mean, there is a great pleasure of mine of turning vegans to have bone broth, because I find when it comes to any form of absorption or gut issues, bone broth is your #1 medicine. I mean, in this day and age, there's so much stress out there. Like, even if we've got the most relaxed lifestyle, you turn on the TV, you walk down the street, you're going to be bombarded with some form of a stress, because there's so much that we have access to today, right? So what happens is your body's put into this elevated stress state. So when you're stressed, when you're in fight or flight and you're running away from the saber-toothed tiger, right? You can't digest. Your body is not meant to digest. It just doesn't work. So your body loses its ability to be able to absorb. Things are too tight and constricted. What this does is it gets the minerals straight in there, easily, straight through the blood-brain barrier, straight through your stomach, through the blood-brain barrier, through there, and there you go. It just means that you can uptake the most amount of minerals in the least amount of effort from the body, which is actually what we need in this day and age with all of the fun and games going on in the world. So do enjoy your bone broth. Try to have a glass at least twice a week, because it is so highly beneficial for you. For really sick patients, I get them to have it every single day. Bone broth. Enjoy.